Well, today was another boring day. It was just very hot. I didn't feel like I could move. Whenever I stand up, I'm drenched from head to toe with sweat, and all my clothes are really wet. And by 12 o'clock, they're like so sopping with sweat. Um, they're just reeking and needing a change. So, for the past, week, it's been like that kind of hot. I find it very hard to go outside during the day. Um, Days like today, even when the clouds are covering the sky, that sun's just burning right through, and the humidity's burning. And so, if you don't have sun cream on, you're going to be burnt really bad. And I just was watching like this, um, documentary about the bushfires that have been happening in New South Wales, and I'm like, I wonder if it's like so hot, like it's because things have been burning like further away and stuff. And so I was like going, like even here in where I live, um, there were a few bushfires at one stage, but I don't know. I don't know why the humidity's up, but I was thinking, oh, maybe it's like things like bushfires that have pushed up the humidities and, some sort of, worldly warming thing while the fires are all around. But I don't know where the fires are in Queensland, but I know we were seeing some fire trails sometime. It's nowhere near us, so, everything's at a distance, but, it was so smoky, like the sun was like this red color, and the sky was like a brighter color because of the smoke that was hanging around in the atmosphere. And yeah, and I was just thinking tonight, oh, maybe it's those fires like that have been around that are pushing the humidity, but it might just be summer as well. I've only had one summer up in Queensland since ages ago, so this is like my second summer. And I don't know, it's quite warm. But it gets warm anywhere, like even where I used to live. It's like it's supposed to be reaching high levels and up here, so it does get hot there too. But I'm just thinking, wow, it's so hot. I don't even want to go outside. I don't, but I do, but I don't. You don't want to, you know. But the next few days are supposed to be storms everywhere, so I don't go out when it's raining because otherwise I get stuck in a storm. Your clothes get wet, your shoes get wet, your bag gets wet, everything gets wet. I don't have a huge umbrella, I've only got like a normal size one. I used to carry around a beach umbrella, and it was like a lot wider, but at the moment I just have this handheld small umbrella, so I don't have a big one right now, but yeah. So I'm not like looking to go out in the rain anytime soon, but I do want to see a movie. But like I was saying, like today is just like every other day. But I did get a call back for a job. It's the same job that wanted to pick me up last year, and I was like freaking out because of the interview. But I just figured, okay, if they do invite me for an interview, I'm just gonna go in because the interview is not gonna be like scary. It's gonna be safe and see how it goes. But I do have reservations about that company and the parent company it's linked to. I just think, well, those are like the companies I don't actually want to work for. So, so I'm like going, yeah, like I already don't want to work for them, but I figured today, okay, if they ask me in for an interview, I'll go to the interview this time. So, but who knows, you do get surprised. I mean, I was like that with Randstad as well. Like, I'm scared of Randstad, and but I still went into one of their interviews and the interview's fine. So, if they figure out, you're not really going to fit in, they're not going to hire you anyway. So, so I'm just going to do a pretty casual interview if I go. But, yeah, I'll probably wear my pink shirt because my black and white one sort of, I think it was off-colored the last time I wore it, so I'm not looking to wear it again. But I did find a trick online where you can put your clothes in with some lemon juice and boil it together, and it should remove any stain. So I was thinking about doing that with my black and white shirt, but everyone's going to be like, why are you wearing that shirt again? It's like, it's like, how many years old is it? It's like 4 years old. You've worn it to interviews for 4 years, and they're like going to go, don't wear that shirt. But I like that shirt because it's sort of professional and casual, and it's cool and it's comfortable. I can wear it when I'm fat, I can wear it when I'm thin. So, but at the moment, I think I've lost a little bit of weight, but I've still got a lot to go. But I do have this pink shirt that I haven't worn yet. And I think that's the next interview shirt that I have. But yeah, so yeah, anyway, I got a call back for that today. The callback was really weird because they said they phoned up, they were like chatting to each other, like whoever phoned up, and then they were like saying names like Bradley and Joe and I think Anne or something. And then I said, oh, sorry, no one by that name lives here or is contacted through here. So I hung up. And then they called back right away and I interviewed and they're like, hi, we're actually, so-and-so from so-and-so an agency. You handed it in a job application, do you remember? And I said, oh yeah, I remember that. And they ran me through some questions. So I think that's a little trippy thing, that 4 names and conversation. It's like, I told you it was a trippy company, but I just don't want to get harmed in any way by, trying to work with a company which I already don't really want to work for. So, yeah, but I think that's a trippy thing about this. But anyway, I still feel like this plank of calmness when I'm thinking about going to the interview. So I'm not really sure to think, but I don't have to protect my work from home job anymore because it ended up failing. It's not paying me weekly money like it said it would. I don't, it's not even working out. I mean, the banks are closing my accounts because of this, this job's passing the income from. I was sort of thinking it was like a parent company, it's the parent of thousands of companies in Australia, and that's why it's sort of that's why they send money from different accounts with different organizations. But the bank said, no, this is like some sort of scam and we can't let this money transact, and so they've been closing my account. So I've got one closed. At the moment, the other one that I used is frozen and I can't use any of the money. I was going to try and withdraw some tomorrow. But anyway, I don't have to protect, last year I was sort of protecting that job. I was thinking, concierge, up in the office, if anyone sees me in that building, I'll be threatening this work from home job which is associated with them. And true enough, that work from home job was starting to be associated with them, but then their bank that is associated with this company closed my account. So yeah, so I'm halfway there on some weird psychic mental plane, trying to figure out if this company is okay. But it seems to be the only one that's picking up my resume and saying, hey, that girl might be okay for this job. The only thing is you have to work like 8 to 11 hours a day. And I never work 8 to 11 hours, so I'll be probably working close to the shift that starts 8 to 10 and work till like 6 to 7. And so, where's that 9, 8? Wait, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 o'clock if I start at 10. But if I start at 8, it's 7 o'clock, so I'll probably get it in early anyways. And I never work that much. I work 3, 4 hours. You know, at my last job I was working 8 hours only 1 day a week. And that was like the killer day. So, but anyways, so I don't know if I'm gonna get this job, but you know, they must have received my application like yesterday and phoned me up today, because I think I sent my application yesterday when I was bored and saying I'm just gonna apply for everything and wait for, you know, and wait to see who contacts me. And they contacted me again, you know. They contacted me twice last year. The first time I went was booked in for an interview. I didn't go. The second time they said they'll call me back at the beginning of this year if they're going to further my application. So that was a work from home position. I can do all those hours from home, and you know that would have been great for me. And now this one where I'm working, you know, they're set 8 to 11 hours in a day and starting morning. So this is like the third time, and I'm like going, wow, they really like take a shine to my applications, you know. I'm not saying that I'm gonna get through, but you know, I'm just saying that they've contacted. This is like the third time in the last 3 months they've contacted me. So yeah, there must be something there that's hopefully it's positive. So but anyways, so I'll probably go into the interview this time. I didn't last time because I had too many worries on my mind. Someone wanted to come in the morning, and I said, okay, let them come in. You know, I'm not doing anything except, you know, trying to get ready for this interview. So I wasn't really mentally there. And, you know, but this time I will be, and hopefully it's just perfect. So yeah, but if I get something else and you know, everything else I just go to the interview just fine. It's just like certain companies, they freak me out. So but yeah, so that's what happened today. I got like an interview. I was hanging around. I was studying for the first time in months. I finally passed my last exam, what do you call it, assignment, and I was putting a new one together today. I was just waiting for them to answer a couple questions that might be answered by tomorrow, and then I'll put in my my assignment, and then I have to prepare the other assignment. So yeah, I've already prepared it. I just have to find someone, 2 people to be audience to my speech. So I'm already living with one, but I was thinking about recording the person who I live with now and then just sort of faking a voiceover with the other person. But I could do it like when I'm at a relative's on Sunday, but I don't really want to bother them with that. So I don't know what I'm doing with that, but I'm gonna do it soon so I can get on to the next stage. So I might sort it out this weekend. But yeah, and then you know the rest of the day I was just bumming around. I watched a movie, and then I was sort of jumping. I'm scared of the trampoline now, and I want safety mats because I'm scared that those springs are gonna break, and I don't really want a spring flying at my head or my eye or anywhere in my body, because those springs are really fierce. And whenever I hop on it, it's like I hear a creaking noise, and then I look around and see like one side of the springs that are pretty old and rusty are stretching out to like their max, and I'm like going, I'm scared of that, so I've been sort of being deterred of jumping on the trampoline because there's no safety mats. So the springs, if they break, they're going to be flying all over the place. And I was lucky, the first one that broke just flew past me and hit a window, and I was lucky that window didn't break. But they just catapult out of nowhere when they break, and I don't want any of them flying at my face or anything. So I'm not really jumping right now. I'm going to try, after this week, I'm going to try and get my mom to try and bring home some safety pads at her expense. But I'm not asking this week because she lost quite a bit of money this week to some bad business. And I think she said she lost 4K. So she's been talking about that this week. And so I'm not sort of asking her for any favors this week, but I might ask her next week or something. Whenever she looks a little bit more calm, I'm going to say, can we get some safety pads? Because I'm scared of that trampoline, and I want to jump on it. It's part of my exercise. Anyway, what else happened today? Nothing much. Just boring old ceiling. So, and tomorrow's, I don't know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. If it's raining, I'm going to be staying indoors. If it's not raining, I might go for a walk. I'm going to try and take out some money from my bank account, and if it works, I'm going to keep it like in a box until this whole freeze of account blows over. But I don't think I'm going to be able to take it out, but if I can, I'll be like, yay, So I'm going to try and do that tomorrow, if it's not raining. And what else am I going to do tomorrow? Just normal exercise routine. I was going to see a movie because my mother's, the person I live with, doesn't want to see a movie right now. So I was going to go see it by myself, but I might see it on Sunday. It's going to be there for another week. It's on its own way out, so there's not many people going to see it, but I still would like to see it. And and then I don't have anything else I need to do tomorrow. Just nothing. So I'm gonna wait to see if it's raining, like I said, and see what I get to do. But the good thing is there's some rain around. I know a lot of people want rain. We tried our watermelon and it was logged with sugar, so it wasn't very good. But we're novice watermelon growers, so we don't know you have to wait for the watermelon to dry out before you actually cut it open. So it's been like raining quite a bit, and it's been collecting water. And when we opened it, it was like, this is like the worst. The juice is nice, but the pulp has a lot of sugar in it, and we're like going, oh, this is like the worst watermelon ever, So I'm tempted to take out my juicer, which I've never used, and juice that watermelon because it just tastes terrible with the pulp. And but we didn't know you have to wait for it to dry out before you cut it open, especially when it's been raining. So what you don't know about watermelon. But and I was thinking of going to the city for some reason, maybe just for a breather. I was also thinking about going to Movie World. But I don't often want to go there. It's too far away. City's usually my limit, and anything further, I'm like going. And then you have to catch a bus, and I'm like going, I don't really want to go, but you never know. If on the right day, I might go. I can actually scan my card now, so before I couldn't, so I don't need to like carry, $200 in my wallet to buy a ticket anymore, which is good. I just scan the card. It's a new feature that I got with my new card. But I sort of get harassed a little bit when I go to Movie World. That's why I go, just to see if what's going to happen today, So sometimes, when you're almost being attacked by someone, like the whole crowd just circles around you. I know it hasn't happened for a while, but like near for the first time. Not the first time, but when I was a teenager, when I was like later older than a kid. Because I went there as a kid too. I was almost attacked by one of the characters, and they were just being violent behind me, and I stayed turning around in the slide and ignoring them. And at the end of the day, they came up to me and gave me like an apology for the way they had acted. And that's like one time when, like, you notice when someone's losing their head, everyone comes around you and circles around you, to kind of protect you in a mass. So yeah. And last time I was there, like 2 years ago, the same character was like winking at me, doing a dance. And the funniest thing is, I was taking pictures and not a video. I should have taken a video, because I got all these pictures, but I didn't get the video of what they were doing, and they're just, just fooling around. So, and yeah, one of the times before that, I was sort of having a mental breakdown because I sort of had a heart murmur then, and I felt like my heart was going to stop or something. So I was sort of crying, and then everyone was like, I gave one of the staff one of my cards, and everyone was running around buying me food so I could refuel. And it worked. It worked. It zipped me up, and I was able to spend a good day there. But when I first walked in, I was sort of crying, and I sat down, and it was like doomsday for me. And my relatives were like, no, it's fine, we'll just get you something to eat. Sort of, that's when all the staff, jumped around me and started to sort of ask what the matter was. And I was sort of like saying I don't feel very good and stuff. And when my relatives were saying, oh, she just needs something to eat, and then, they were sort of catering to you. So, yeah, so I've like a few different episodes of what happens when you go there. So, but like I said, I don't often go to the Gold Coast. It's like ages away. It's like, you think it's like 20 minutes, and it's like 40 minutes, and you're like, 40 minutes isn't 20 minutes. 40 minutes is like an hour, and I can be bothered sitting for an hour and then another 20 minutes on a bus to get to a place, So I give up by the time I get to the city, because that's my 30-minute trip there. So, yeah. But sometimes I bother to go. Like, when I had a yearly ticket ages ago, I went quite a few times, and I was being asked, why do you come here? And I said, I don't know. I've got a yearly ticket. I can come as many times as I want. And they're like, yeah, okay. So they think I look extra bored. And then they were saying, at once they were saying, don't die on me now. Like, because I still have a heart murmur, and they can see it. And, yeah. But that's a movie world for you. But anyway, I'm going to stop gossiping and actually go to sleep. I've got all this energy because I didn't do anything today except, exercise and study and watch TV. I didn't go out for my walk because it was too hot. Like, just the wind burns your skin. So I just kept indoors all day with the air conditioning. And, I went for a walk around the garden and jumped on the trampoline and I walked around the garden and, I walk around the garden like 5 times in a day at least. And, yeah, so maybe I should actually do some gardening, but yeah, whatever. So, yeah, so I'm going to finally get some sleep and then I'll see what I feel like doing tomorrow. So,